Brown Products, manufacturer of bedliner and industrial coatings, is proud to present our latest product, the Porta-Coat system. This simple, low-cost system allows the operator to provide professional services without expensive startup costs. Begin using our system as an addition to your existing business or as a startup. Your new Porta-Coat system will give high-quality results every time. Preparing the vehicle is simple. The surface must be clean, dry, then etched to allow for proper material bonding. Protect the cab from overspray by draping a tarp from the ceiling or overhead frame and position it between the bed and the cab. Begin by removing the tailgate and set aside to prep and spray. If applicable, remove bed bolts and tie-down hooks or loops. With a high-flash cleaner, such as acetone, wipe all surfaces to be sprayed, paying close attention to the borders, the edges where wire trim will be placed. Using your wire trim, border all edges where the material will be sprayed, making sure that the wire side of the tape is facing the liner. It is important to set the wire carefully and firmly. When the wire is in place, pull the white top cover off of the wire trim. Attach 2-inch masking tape along the exposed wire trim just below the wire. Attach painter's plastic or paper under the 2-inch tape, using it to cover all exposed areas along the bed and tailgate of the truck. Hand scuff along the edge and back about an inch from the wire trim and around critical areas taped. This will create a border to follow while completing the majority of bed scuffing with your fiberglass cup brush. After making sure all of the surface area to be sprayed is properly scuffed, use compressed air again to remove all dust and debris. Then wipe the same area again with your cleaner in order to leave a dry surface. Check all masked areas for tears or gaps that may have occurred during sanding and replace or repair if needed. You are now ready to begin the spraying process. The Porta-Coat system makes the spraying process simple and quick. After preparing the truck bed to be sprayed, attach the spray nozzle assemblies to an entire box of Porta-Coat cartridges and place them within reach from the inside of the bed. The typical bed liner coating will require the entire box of cartridges. Wear clothing that will leave no area of skin exposed. Wear a full-face air respirator or fresh air system. Attach the included air regulator assembly to the bottom of the trigger handle. Attach the included black stock guide handle to either side of the frame for better control by the left or right-handed sprayer. With the compressor set no less than 100 and no more than 110 psi, and the regulator handle in the off position, connect your air hose to the regulator assembly via the attached male quick disconnect and set the spray air regulator at 35 to 45 psi. With the regulator air handle still in the off position, insert the cartridge. Keep the gun pointing up to prevent cartridge material from entering the mixing element before you are ready to spray. Attach the 90-degree elbow push fitting to the spray tip attached at the end of the mixing element. Make sure that the mixing element nose opening is set just below flush 2 to 3 millimeters inside the spray tip. The speed at which the plungers push the material is adjustable and controlled by an internal regulator connected to a turn knob at the rear of the gun. A counterclockwise turn will decrease material flow. Clockwise will increase. 0.5 full turns are possible. We recommend you start with 3 full turns clockwise. If the speed is too slow, the material will begin to set up in the mixing element, causing the material to sputter while exiting or completely clog the element. If this should occur, stop, change out the element, and turn the internal regulator knob clockwise, another half turn. Turn the regulator air handle on, and while pressing the trigger, lower the gun to shoot a small amount before spraying the bed. While spraying, keep an eye on what material is left in the cartridge. Make sure you don't run it completely dry before disposing of it and moving on to the next full cartridge. To change out the cartridge, depress and hold down the plunger air release button found at the rear of the gun's piston housing, just above and in front of the internal regulator knob, then squeeze the trigger, and both sides of the plungers will retract, allowing you to replace the cartridge. When spraying an over-the-rail liner, begin with the driver's side, moving the gun tip at a steady pace, approximately 18 inches above the rail. Follow the length of the rail, then back, and repeat to meet the desired thickness. Then follow the top rail that runs across the back of the cab, repeat, then duplicate the driver's side on the passenger side rail. Next is to spray the interior sides along with the wheel wells. This will be your first step when spraying an under-the-rail liner. Begin again with the driver's side. Next, follow the same pattern against the cab, then repeat the driver's side process along the passenger side. Next is to spray the bed floor. Begin spraying in the driver's side corner up against the cab, moving your gun from left to right and back at a slower pace than the sides. Overlap each pass by 3 to 4 inches. Slowly work your way out of the bed, making a few extra passes along the last section between the wheel well line and the end of the bed. You will spray the tailgate in the same manner. Check to make sure all areas are thoroughly covered. The spraying is completed with a texture coat. With the gun held as high as possible and the regulator air handle in the full on position, shake the gun back and forth to disperse texture. The type of texture depends on the amount of air being used and the distance you keep between the spray tip and the bed. In a matter of minutes, remove the wire trim using a pair of pliers. Pull slowly and upward from the line to show an even cut. Remove all taped paper and/or painter's plastic. Reattach bed bolts, tailgate, tie-down hooks, or loops. The truck is now ready for delivery and can return to regular use after 24 hours. The Porta-Coat system gives you high quality and professional results with a minimal startup investment. The equipment is easy to use and simple to maintain. Porta-Coat will help you offer valuable new services to your customers. For more information, call us at Spray On Products or visit our website, www.sprayonproducts.com.